Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Stampin' with No-No. Glad you guys tuned in. Today's project is actually going to make a box that these Valentine Nutty Buddies will actually fit into. Don't know if you're familiar with them. They're the Little Debbies. They come individually wrapped. Normally, you may recall that the Nutty Buddies come in 2 in a pack. Well, this particular one comes in a single pack. So I thought these would really be cute to do a box, and you can pass them out to coworkers, or if you guys do Valentine celebration, anything like that. You can probably tell in the camera. This one's broke, so this one definitely has my name on it. I'm not going to give that a broken one to anyone, but and I did not intentionally break it. It was in the box like that. So let me bring over the little boxes that I'm going to create. I did a couple of them already just so that I could get the measurements correct with the design that I wanted. So this layout, actually the flap opens up and you can tell there's a little bit of extra room. I didn't want it to be a tight fit. So, you know, if for some reason you can't find the singles, you could probably put other candy in there and it will be just as cute. But this is what we're going to be making today, and it's a lot easier than you would really think when it comes to making boxes. I know some people shy away from them, but boxes are fun once you kind of get in the groove of it. I created this diagram here, and I will provide it in my blog so you can see where you're cutting and all that, but I wanted to show you that it will be provided. And I'm going to go ahead and move the candy out of the way before I knock those on the floor. So there'll probably be a picture of this so you can see the way that it's cut. So let me bring over my score pal. We're going to do some scoring. Let me bring over all my stuff. And as I go through the products, I'll point out the names of the stamps and what colors and all that. So we're going to start out with Real Red that measures 6 3/4 by 5. And we're going to go ahead and score on the long side. Start with that. We're going to score at 3/4. And then at 6. Then we're going to turn it to the short side. And let me look at my measurements here. We're going to score at 3/4 again. Trying to keep staying on the track. 2 1/4. And then 3. And lastly, 4 1/2. Okay, and we are done with the scoring, so I'm going to put that away. All right, so we're done with that. Now, let me bring over my little cheat sheet here with the diagram. So when we scored, let me go this way. This, I don't know if you can tell, this side is narrower, and that is actually going to be, oops, come on, it's stuck. It's going to actually be this flap, okay? So the flap's right here. So it's going to be like this. So we need to cut away down here, okay? Get my pencil. So laying it side by side, that might be easier to do. All right, so the narrow is here, which is right here. So we're going to cut away this and this. So I'm just going to put a line so I can know, so I don't mess up. And we're going to cut away this piece and this piece. And then the others are going to be, I'm going to call mitered. Some people call them, what else do they call them? I can't think what they're calling them now. Wedges, cutting like a little wedge out. There's a little notch right here. We'll do that later because I want to put the DSP on the box first before actually doing that. But I can go ahead and cut these up right now, which I'll do that while we're going here. Should not take too long to cut. So again, we're going to cut this part out. And I like, when I'm cutting a piece out, I like to cut away the scored piece. And I just did a straight cut. I could have wedged that one, but I like to do straight cuts first and then go back and do the wedge. Oop. There was a glare there. I couldn't see when I was doing it. Okay, so this one you want to keep straight. So these little flaps, which is the part that's going to tuck in, you want to wedge those just ever so slightly. You don't have to get super crazy on it. And that just helps build the box better without having the bulk. You know, sometimes you'll see a flap that's hanging out. To me, it doesn't look real clean. So there we go. There's that side. Okay. Pretty simple, right? So let's do this one. Didn't take too long to do. Now, some people, after they cut, some people like to go ahead and fold and burnish the box before actually adhering the DSP. I personally, and it's personal preference, right, is I like to glue the DSP down first before actually folding and burnishing. And it's really, I think it's my eyesight, honestly. I can see better trying to align the DSP to make sure that it fits inside the, in between the scored area. So that's just personal preference. You can go ahead now and fold and burnish before adding the DSP. All right, so here we go. This is what it looks like. Just like that, right? And again, I'm gonna do that notch after I lay down the DSP. So let's go ahead and bring that over. And let's see, I think we're okay. I'm just gonna bring my piercing mat so this paper doesn't keep sliding around my cardstock. All right, so the DSP, and as you can tell here, I did list the direction if you end up using directional. I was going to use this side, and then right before taping this, I decided, well, this is directional, so let's go ahead and do directional so you guys can see how it's done. All right, so this is the wider piece, and this measures 5 by 1 3/8, and that is going to go right down here. And then you're going to need 2 pieces that measure 5 by 5/8. And according to my little cheat sheet, right here, the top piece, we want the DSP to go this way. So you can tell, I think in the camera, there's little faint hearts right there. And actually, that DSP, I did not mention where it came from. I think it's still available, is the Most Adored 12 by 12. Gorgeous paper. I always say that because they always have gorgeous paper. And then this one, the hearts are going this way, so I want to turn it upside down and place it right here. So by the time you fold the box up, everything will be on the right side up. All right, so we're going to go ahead, and I think we're ready to glue these down. So let me do that. And I forgot to check my glue bottle before the start, so hopefully I don't have, it's not clogged. Yay! All right, so this is, yep. So just line that up right in between the score marks. And to me, not folding and burnish helps me, at least, line these up on the edges a lot better than trying to fight on the area that has already been folded. All right, so glue that. Oop, that was a little crooked. There we go. And then right side up. Let's see, we're in camera. Yep. I moved my camera just a little bit. Let's see if I can film a little bit easier. All right, so this is the flap that tucks in, and I want to corner round. I find that if you corner round, it just tucks in smoother. You're not fighting it as much. So I'm going to bring my crocodile around, and I use the 1/2 inch. There's a 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch. I just like the 1/2 inch, so that's just a personal preference. All right, Okay, so we are ready to do the little notch, and I eyeball it really. And you can use almost any circle punch. This is an old 1/2 inch, and just kind of find the middle, and you want to take the edge here all the way up to the first score. You don't want to go over it, and I just eyeball from here, assuming that's flat, tucked in like that. So I find the center between this, and you know, it doesn't have to be exact, and I'm just cutting away just a little bit. You can tell in the camera, just a smidgen. There we go, just enough for a person to use their index finger to grab. All right, so now we are ready to fold and burnish. Let me get my bone folder. I always recommend using your bone folder. I know it's easy to use your fingers, but you know, after a while, if you've been doing this a while, you know your fingers get sore, and you just tend to have a better fold, nice and crisp, when you're actually using the bone folder to do that. All right, and sometimes I kind of bend it back just a slight, just to work the fibers. And then the parts that we're going to tuck in. Now, I'm going to use glue. You can use tear and tape. I'm not sure. You could probably use the Stampin' Seal. I really don't know. You know, this is such a small box, and it's not going to get handled a lot, that you could probably do that. Okay, so the way this is going to work, these two little flaps are going to go in this to build the box, okay? So I'm going to glue this flap. Some people do tape up both flaps at the same time, and I find that sometimes I struggle with trying to get a nice even corner. So I just do one at a time. You guys, whatever your personal preference is. And since this box is so small, I don't put a whole lot of glue. You want enough to tuck it in. So you want this flap in. The red is a little hard to see here. Let's see. Right on the edge. Nice, clean. And cutting away, mitering it actually helps it line up that much better, I think. It's not poking out. There we go. Easy, right? Now I got rid of the can. There we go. And there, let's see, tuck that in. All right, there's our box. Easy, right? All right, let's work on the top. Let's do the tag. Move that aside. All right, so you're going to need, now, I used, what did I use? Where is it? Stampin' Up no longer carries this, but the Very Best Trio to cut out a designed corner. And that's what I'm going to do with this one. So you'll need, what is this? Highland Heather. That measures 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. And then a basic white, 3 by 1 1/2. Now, before I actually punch it out, I'm going to go ahead and do some stamping just so that I know the alignment of it before I punch it. So I'm going to bring over my stamps, and my stamps are from the Hugs for Love. There is a punch that cuts out this shape. We're not using it. I wanted to create a longer tag for this particular box, but this is a great stamp set with some fun sentiments on there. And it's not, you know, as you can tell, it's not just for Valentine's. Just if you want to just send something to someone. So the stamps are over here. Let's see. Where's my... Thought I forgot my ink pads there for a second. All right, so we are going to start with Flirty Flamingo, and I'll do this larger larger heart, and I think I'm going to switch to my piercing mat. I don't want ink, not my, my piercing mat, my silicone mat. I think if ink gets on it, I think it's permanent. I don't think you can get it off. I don't know. I don't want to try. So get a little cushion because it's photopolymer. And the large stamp, Flirty Flamingo. You know, Flirty Flamingo is a light color, and I know it doesn't look like it's inked up, but it is. You just need to trust it, and you don't need to push real hard down on the ink pad and smush it. You don't want to smush it. All right, clean that off. We're going to do this other heart, and let's do, I don't have all my colors here. Let's do real red. We're going to do that one in real red. I think that'd be real pretty. Pull the red out from the box itself. Now, stamp that on the side. About right there. And then let's see the row of hearts. Thought that was kind of cute. About right there. Wow. I did that even considering that label was crooked. I got lucky on that one, guys. All right, so the sentiment, I'm going to use the Happy Valentine's Day. And, you know, my favorite pebbled path for stamping sentiments. It's not overly bold. It's very subtle, and I just really like the look of it. Let me stamp that up. And let's see, I hope that's even. Yep, great. All right. Easy peasy, right, guys? Done stamping. Now we're going to do some punching. Now, if you have this, you know that I'm going to do this piece, and you need to insert it the same direction on all four sides. So, for example, I'm going to slide it in here, and you wait until you get resistance, and then you push down. You do not want to do it here and then slide it in here next, because you're going to get a different angled cut. So slide it in till you get resistance, and then push down center, and then flip it over and do the same, insert it the same direction. Again, flip it over, same direction, slide it in. There we go. We're going to do the same thing with this Highland Heather. And it's actually, this punch is easy to use. There for a while, I kept trying to push on the side, and all you have to do is just down in the middle, and it goes straight down. So once I figured that out, it was really easy to work with. All right. And now we're going to glue, bring my piercing out. We're going to glue this down. I need to clean my silicone mat. It has a little bit of fibers, like paper fibers. All right. So these little, whatever they are, the punch is called bow or bow. Bow or bow. I guess depends on what area. I use that. I think these are still available. And I used Gorgeous Grape. I punched out 2 of those, and then the little flower piece that goes right here is in real red. And I just took a little bit of glue and tacked, I just did right in here. Oop. Actually, I should have done the red first, but that's okay. I'll tuck it in. I go up. Actually, I'm going to do it on this side. I found that if I did the little flower first, the this sprig part would go behind it. It was a little bit easier to work with. but I'll tuck it in on the right hand side. So we'll go about right there. Again, like I said, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. It really doesn't matter. Now, if you don't want it hanging over, then you'll have to do a little bit more measuring, but I'm okay with it hanging out. I think it kind of adds to it. And then just like so. All right, I'm going to use, we're done with the glue. Yay! Done with the glue. Let me put that up. And dimensionals. Oh, thought maybe I didn't bring them over. All right. So because I glued those down, just to help it, I'm going to put a dimensional on each one. I really don't see it going anywhere, but just in case. And then I would not go clear to the edge, because this, if you turn it upside down, I don't know if you can see it there, you know, the label does hang over slightly, so you don't want it smack on the edge, because you will be able to see it. All right. And right there. Oop, there we go. All right, that sticks out a little bit. I probably, if you find that that happens with you, there's a little bit of a bulge there, you could probably pull in when you're gluing the edges. You could probably pull it in a little bit, but I'm fine with it. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Now the embellishments, I remembered to bring those over, is the purple fine shimmer, and I'll go ahead and put one on there. I think I'll use the darker one. I think I'll use the darker one. Whoop, that went flying. I'll put it right there. All right, that's it. Easy peasy, guys. Great fun little treat to give somebody on Valentine's. So there you go. And let me double check. I do have the directions correct. That's up. That's up. And of course, we covered it, but it's up. All right, now I don't know where the other ones went to. Oh, here we go. So here we go, on the start of making some more. So I'm going to finish making these, whatever's in the box. You know, I might find one or two more that are broken. Darn, I hate that. Be more for me, I think. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you end up doing it, post a picture. I'd love to see how you guys decorate it. Different colors and whatnot. So appreciate you tuning in. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. And as always, happy stamping to you. Take care. Bye.